Hey guys, so today's vlog is going to be about talking a bit about the geekier side of me. I don't think I mentioned that in my intro video that I did yesterday, but I think something that's worthwhile talking about. So today I'm going to feature the Oculus VR or virtual reality headset that I purchased several months ago. And then also, not only that, I'm also going to talk about one of the accessories that I just purchased recently, which is the Oculus Rift touch controllers, which I think is pretty rad. So I'll kind of start off by showing you the headset itself. So the headset itself is this really cool device that you mount to your head, and it's got an HDMI or video cable attached. It's got adjustable, headphones that are on it. The headpiece is adjustable. It's all Velcro. Every aspect of it is really adjustable, so it fits really any size head. I've had several different types of size of heads of people that have tried using it, and they all say it's fairly comfortable. It's even got inside it's got a little foam little piece that surrounds your face, which is really cool. And then of course on the back side, I don't know if you can see that very well, but there's an adjustment here that, I don't know if you can see that, yeah, there you go. An adjustment that allows you to adjust the lenses for your eyes, so that way I'm not sure if you can even see those moving or not, but wider or narrower depending on what your face width is. Anyway, so it's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I thought I was kind of skeptical. I think when I first bought it, I wasn't sure how good it was going to turn out. Excuse me. I think that upon its arrival, I was pretty impressed at first. I thought the packaging, if nothing else, I'm a guy that appreciates different types of packaging if it's done well, and Apple products are really probably the top packaging, is the top packaging company that I've ever experienced. And I think the Oculus products are kind of second to that. And they've really taken Apple as an inspiration in my mind. So, I mean, I'll show you the box. This isn't the box that the headset came in, but this is the box that the touch controllers came in. But this is the outside. It's got a really smooth finish on it. And of course, this is the hollow piece of it, of course. But even the photos on it are high quality. Somebody's really spent some time at designing the overall packaging, which is, in my mind, it's your first impression when the product shows up. It's your first impression, so it makes you really excited to open it up. Once you open that piece, the Oculus headset as well is the same, but it opens up into this other box, which has some foam padding inside, and it sits in there really nicely. So that's kind of cool, I thought. And being that it's your first impression to the product, I think it's a good impression overall. So that's the headset itself. This took I had to order it, pre-order it. It took several months for me to get it. And I finally got it probably, I don't know, beginning of summer of last year, maybe sometime midsummer, I forget offhand. But I've played it, not all the time, but I play it enough that kind of gives me a good experience to really immerse myself within it. So, I've got a couple dozen games that I try overall, and it's got a really cool experience. So I guess the experience overall, virtual reality itself, I mean, there was probably about a decade ago or more, a lot of tech companies were dabbling in the VR kind of world, and it was very expensive and really unachievable at home. But now they've made it so that way it's a product that you can get at home. I mean, yeah, it is kind of expensive for what it is, but I love tech stuff, and I'll kind of not really put a price on those kinds of experiences. And if I can offer those kinds of experiences to friends and family and stuff, then I think that's really fun to do. And it's also a social thing too. Anyhow, so to get involved with something like this, it's I think the headset cost me about $850 just for this device by itself, which is for sure it's a little pricey. But that's not really where it stops. You also have to have a high performing computer, which I think the computer I built was probably about $3,000 as well. I overbuilt the computer entirely, like complete overkill on doing it. But I thought might as well go all out, and that way we don't have to worry about having a lower performing computer if it's good quality. So all in all, with the headset, the computer, and these new Oculus Touch devices that I have, I'm probably in about $3,500 somewhere around there, give or take. So the next thing I'll talk about is the actual touch controllers themselves. So you've got two of these things, two of these bad boys, and this is kind of what they look like here. They've got buttons on them. They're much like a controller that you would see, but the difference is that you hold them in your hand like this, and you've got trigger, you've got inside here, you've got a thumb button here, you've got other buttons on top and different things you can do. So when you hold them in any game that you're playing, you're holding them like this, and wherever your hands are located, there's sensors that are on my desk here. It shows you, or sorry, your hands are where your hands are in real life are where they are in the game. So it's pretty radical trying to get used to that and different games that you can kind of interact with. The one thing I will warn you though, however, is the space required to do this properly. You need, and as they say, they recommend in the setup, they recommend, I think it's a 5 foot by 5 foot space. I'd say that is a minimum, or really kind of, yeah, we'll just call it as a minimum. I'm in a very confined area. It's my home office here. Our basement in our house isn't quite finished yet, so I'm actually going to be starting that soon, and I'll probably vlog about that too. Anyhow, our basement's not set up yet, so I have to have everything in this confined space, which I've got 2 desks, computer behind me, and so on. So it's probably, I might have 3 feet by 3 feet, and there's a wall right here as well, so it's a bit of a challenge. So that being said, you know, you're going to have to kind of make do with what room that you have if you have limited space, but I do recommend a 5 foot by 5 foot square space. Or you'll run into things like this. You get marks on your wall. I don't know if we can see that properly, but I've dented our drywall here. The painting we have on the wall here has been scuffed from a party that I had a couple weeks back from different people trying it. So it is really confined. Anyhow, so the game experience itself, I want to talk a bit more about, because it's really cool. Like, it really does make you feel like you're submersed in the game. It gives you a real live feeling of exactly what you're doing, and I think it's just the coolest thing ever. One of the first experiences that I had was the traditional roller coaster experience that I downloaded and purchased off the store. That was like super crazy. Like, anybody that ever tries a roller coaster typically gets a little bit, you know, dizzy or kind of loses their kind of where they're at, and it kind of makes it a little bit strange. So that's a really cool feeling. So I mean, you know, I've got several games, first-person shooter games. I've got the demo reels. I've got little tech kind of things, but the sky's the limits for opportunity in terms of what you can do with this thing. And I think it's a really good opportunity for developers, especially. And that's one thing that you programmers and developers out there should really take advantage of, is getting involved with this kind of industry. It's really cool. So, yeah. So I mean, the total cost, like I said, I'm in for about $3,500, give or take, Canadian. So it's not cheap. And if you compare that to any other headset, I think it actually is the most expensive approach to go. But in my mind, it's the best. And I've tried a friend of mine who's got the PlayStation VR. It's good as well. It's his opinion that it's not as good as mine. I think they're very comparable, but I think overall, at the end of it, the one that I have, the Oculus Rift, does perform a little bit more realistic and a little bit more, you know, a little bit more, it's just a little bit better, I guess, overall. But they are both very good. So I do recommend trying a couple different ones if you can, if you have the option to. If not, and you got some deep pockets, I think, you know, go the Oculus Rift route without any doubt whatsoever. So yeah, maybe I can find a way to demo some stuff in a video at some point in the near future. But this video here today, I just wanted to vlog about this Oculus Rift, the VR, and kind of some of the things that I get involved with on the tech side. The other thing I didn't mention either is that the VR headset that I have, it also comes with like an Xbox controller, which it's not related to Xbox at all, but it comes with that so you can be immersed in your games and do what you want to do. And it also has a little tiny controller here as well that you might be able to see there. And it's got different buttons on it and stuff. So it just depends on what you're doing and what you're being involved with. You know, either one makes more sense than the other. And then on the other side of it too, I didn't show you, but I'll flip the camera around here, and you can see how I've got some. These things are set up so that way you can see what you're doing there. So you have 2 of those set up. One set up for the actual VR headset itself, and then there's another one set up on the other side that's for these Oculus Touch devices here too. So anyways, it's super cool. I recommend doing it. You know, if you don't have much of a budget and you do have a PlayStation 4, I mean, that's a good way to go as well. I've seen the other ones. I haven't used them, but I've seen the other ones that you can get, like the cardboard ones, the Google ones, and or the Samsung phone ones that you can get as well. I've tried that one. It was okay, a little gimmicky, and the phone was slow and wasn't very good, but I know it's a lot less expensive to get involved with, so that might be a route you can try as well. But anyways, guys, yeah, so thanks for watching. You know, I'll definitely try to talk about different little tech things that I get involved with as much as I can for you techies out there and things that you might be interested in. But I definitely recommend it. It's a great immersive experience, and totally get one. And I'm not being paid to say that, of course, but I think it's really cool. Anyways, have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching as always. Take care.